Hashtag no music, no intro. It is Wednesday, is hump day. Ryan and I are struggling, but we got to talk Saints. We got to talk Bucs. Saints Block Party podcast preview. Feels like this is right now a team of like the walking wounded. With the number of injuries that were on the injury report today on Wednesday. And now the Bucs injury report was more of an estimation because they played Monday Night Football, so they didn't have a practice. It was more like a walkthrough. That said, it's early in the season. But this feels like a very big game in terms of whatever team's going to potentially come out of the NFC South. Mm-hmm. Derek Carr didn't practice. I don't know if it's for sure that he's not going to play on Sunday. I think there's a small chance he might try to play, bro. And it's like,
don't know.
Hey, K's back in the, for this game. He sounds like he's been chewing at the bit, really ready to play. Before you dive into the game, you're watching us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. We're almost close to getting. We got about 50 away from 800 subscribers. 50 away. And the big thing is because this is a home game. This is a game taking place in the Superdome on Sunday. Saints Block Party podcast. We always try to get back to our community, our listeners, those who support us. So we're doing the raffle. So all you have to do literally is quote tweet, give the love to the podcast, quote tweet, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you do it, right? Give us love and just tell us why you became a Saints fan. That's simple. The more social media platforms that you utilize, the more your name will be entered into the raffle. And then the raffle will be done sometime on Saturday. And that's it. So I'm not, again, I gotta be clear with instructions sometimes with people.
Clear, bro.
Oh boy. That's one thing I have learned doing this goddamn podcast, bro. Gotta be clear. I'm not saying if you don't want to be into the raffle, I'm not saying don't retweet, don't support. All I'm saying is that if you're showing us love with retweeting or whatever it is, just you gotta let us know. We have a website, we have an email, DMs, whatever, and just say, hey, just a screenshot of this is what I did to support on whatever platform, and you got to tell us either in the DM or you could tell it on the social media of how you became a Saints fan. That's it. Other people who can't attend the game that still want to give a love to the podcast and support, please do. But if you're trying
just don't DM us. You don't have to DM us about it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So, it's a big game. Like this is if you're a fan, like you would have an opportunity to go to this game for free. It's a big game. Depends on, I guess, how you feel about Jameis. If this maybe is a game you want to attend.
Yeah.
But it's a big early game. If you haven't listened, Ryan and I recorded a really good episode of what's plaguing the Saints offense this season. We recorded it last night. It was posted this morning. That's a Patreon only episode. Highly suggest that if you have not heard that episode, become a Patreon, $1 a month. You can listen to it. We gave some insight in terms of what we've seen, some things in terms of changes that could be made to fix the offense. And let's just start there, bro. We got to start. I mean, we left off last night talking about the offense. Let's talk about the offense a little bit more in this preview pod. I said it last night. One would think that with AK coming back, it would maybe help alleviate some of the concerns of the offense with a not great offensive line or offensive line that has not been playing great to start the season. But it's just to the point for you and I, and it should be for most Saints fans, like until we see it with our eyes, bro, like we're not gonna believe it. I don't want to talk about X's and O's. I don't want to talk about scheme. I want to talk about the offensive line not getting beat and pushed back into the quarterback.
Right.
And given whoever the quarterback is playing enough time that they can make a read and throw a pass. That's what I want. That's what I want to see.
That's it, man. And thing about AK is one thing he would be able to do, and it's up to Pete Carmichael and the quarterback, whoever's playing, is he can be a outlet to alleviate some of the issues with the offensive line. Like even if the offensive line is getting beat a little bit, you will have an outlet there that can give you positive offense. If put in the right situation. So hopefully that's what they do, but we just got to see, bro. There's so many questions going into this game. We don't know who playing quarterback. Jameis Winston, there's the whole thing like he don't target AK. If that's changed, I don't know.
It would be such a dumb decision. Even and you know how players are, man. Players are competitors. Like they will try to play if they feel like they can manage the pain and just gut it out. And before, Derek Carr has as a Raider, he did not miss a lot of games like at all. Like he had to be like hurt to miss a game.
I think he missed 2 games total due to injury.
Right. And so it would, to me, if a player is advocating to play and he's hurt and he's playing behind that offensive line, that's asking for a recipe for disaster, bro. That is asking to make a already bad situation fucking worse, and it would be very similar to the whole Jameis playing with a broken back thing. DA as the head coach got if Derek Carr's trying to play, you gotta say, man, I'm looking out for you, bro. Sit down this week. We'll see how you feeling against the Pats. Sit down. This is why we brought Jameis back. We'll be all right. Because if not, I don't know why it's playing like a movie in my head, Ryan. I just see a surprise announcement on Saturday night or Sunday morning from Adam Schefter. Oh, in miraculous news, the Saints quarterback Derek Carr is going to be on the field and start against the Bucs in a key divisional matchup in the NFC South. And our offensive line he just gets fucking clobbered, bro. Just clobbered.
And look, from what I understand with the AC sprain, it's not like you could you could make it worse. It kind of is what it is. But still, bro, it's you could hurt some other things, and we have too much going on right now that we're trying to fix to be worrying about structuring a game plan around
a limited quarterback.
On a limited quarterback. It's let Jameis, but then,
bro, the offense is already bad enough, bro. You think
right? So let Jameis go in there, bro. Derek Carr need to sit down for 2 weeks.
Sit down, bro.
Just sit down. Get yourself right. Got a really good defense. You're going up against the Bucs this week, and who next week? The New England Patriots. Look, 2 quote unquote winnable games. Depending on a lot of other factors, but sit down, bro, and let them try to figure this out. It's gonna be interesting, bro, because it could get ugly with the way this offense has been playing. It could get really ugly in the dome, man. I was looking at the game from last year, I was looking at the game from last year the way because I completely forgot about the game in the dome last year. I just couldn't remember.
When you tweeted it, I thought about it. I was like, what? I had no recollection of that game at all, bro. We did a whole ass recap pod on it and everything, right?
I don't remember nothing, bro. But after watching the replay, I was like, oh, okay, I remember the Mark Ingram fumble, the fight between Marshawn and Mike Evans. They both getting kicked out. Mike Evans got suspended. There was all kind of stuff in that game.
That kind of was the turning point of the game.
Yeah. Then Jameis, the fumble was huge. That Mark Ingram fumble, that was huge. And then Jameis played okay most of the game. And then he started pressing towards the end, kept throwing shots to Olave that didn't connect.
And then interceptions. Did one of them get ran back all the way for a pick six?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
It was a game where it went to hell, bro. It just went to hell.
I didn't say it last night on the podcast we recorded, but I wanted to say it on this one. What is with the offense's infatuation? And it has to be a play calling thing, and it's been driving me crazy this season, bro. It will be 3rd and 3.
Bro, don't get me started, man.
These niggas is bombing away on this bill. What are we? Can we just get the first down? Get 3 yards. Get 3 yards, please.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the play call, because I talked about it on the, Patreon only podcast last night. Like the play calls don't match the play, like the down and distance.
No, at all.
Because a lot of times those deep throws is like the only thing they have. It's like because the middle is covered. It's like there's not like these beautiful options that's being created in the pass game to where you could get 6 yards on 3rd and 3. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just not happening. So that's what they need to do. Like, because those are low percentage throws, man. You throwing a 40-yard bomb on 3rd and 3. It's low percentage, bro. Like let's just keep the drive going.
Like maybe, all right, I'm gonna put Taysom in here. If he gives me a yard and a half or 2 yards and it's now 4th and 1, 4th and inches,
right,
then fuck, we gonna go for it. Like
exactly.
It's been like a prevalent thing up to this point in the season, especially it's also an issue, especially in the red zone, right? Like they'll get in the red zone. It'll be 3rd and whatever, 2nd and whatever, 3rd and whatever. We are screaming it on the live stream. Don't take any end zone shots. Just get the first down.
Just the first down, right there. It's right there. Just back to the end zone. Back in the end zone. Back in the end zone.
I don't get it. I need a smarter football person than me to break it down to me.
Like I need Kurt Warner. Somebody to break down the red zone stuff to me.
We gotta get Greg Cosell in this bitch. Ooh, that'd be a good get. I know Greg busy as shit during the season, but like, Greg, can you walk me through this offense, Greg? Let's break it down.
Why? Explain why is this so hard? Why is it so hard?
Don't know.
You got Mike Thomas, Jimmy Graham, Chris Olave. Now we're gonna have AK. AK was a red zone just weapon for years.
Monster, bro.
And for some reason, it's just it's just not working anymore. I don't get it.
I kind of deviating away from the pessimism and negativity. Are there things offensively that you are kind of maybe excited to see this Saints offense going against this Bucs defense? If this Bucs defense may be missing some key pieces, so Vita Vea was an estimated do not practice. Devin White, I believe it was one of the Carlton Davis. They're like, and again, it's Wednesday, so it's early-ish, but in anything you,
there's no key matchup I'm keen on, but I like Saints skill position players just versus just about anybody. Like,
right.
I like the players, bro. Like, I think they could win against most defenses, bro, including the Bucs. And the Bucs don't have a bad defense. I think Chris Olave, even if Carlton Davis is playing, I think he should be able to eat. I think
Chris Olave's game is the type of like receiver that gives like Carlton Davis fits. Like he does well against like the MT types, physical,
yeah, he does.
But like speed shift, like that's he doesn't.
Mike Thomas should do his thing in this game. I would love to we keep talking about every week. Can we get this Jawan Johnson train going, bro? Can we do something to get this Jawan Johnson thing? I know fantasy owners going crazy. You probably thought they got a steal in the 11th round of the fantasy draft or whatever. I know they're going crazy because why aren't we using this guy? And he looks fine to me. It's not like I don't see him doing anything wrong. He has some targets in the Green Bay game. One, like Jameis kind of threw the ball inside when it should have went outside. One was like a issue with the way the routes ended up. So it's like just fix it, man. Like let's get Pete Carmichael sit there and draw up 5 plays for Jawan Johnson that you could get through it to in the game. You know what I'm saying? 2 of those being in the red zone. Can we do that?
Jawan, just to bring it back full circle, Jimmy Graham's dominance in his peak and prime made the Bucs draft Mark Barron. in the top 10 of the draft, bro.
Straight up.
They had no answer for peak Jimmy
No
Graham.
answer. No answer.
Not. Just think about that. That you had a player so good, not a quarterback, like an offensive tight end weapon, that another team in your division used a top 10 pick on a player specifically with the mindset that player is drafted to shut down an opposing division. Like, I'm not saying crazy. Jimmy Graham is that version of himself, but no. Jimmy Graham could go across the middle and fucking catch a fucking pass, bro. Like,
right.
Can we use Jimmy? Can we use
he's
him?
Still 6'6" and 260 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And can we stop? This is something that's very annoying to me. It reminds me back when Mark Ingram got drafted early in his career. And it was such a fucking tell, and defenses picked up on it early. He was no threat in the pass game, nothing like that. So when Mark Ingram was on the field early, his first like 2.5 seasons at the Saints, every defense that they went against knew it was a run play. Knew it was a run. Every time. And then he'd go off to the side, and running back comes back in, and then it's like, oh, it might be a run, it might be a pass. They're doing this thing where they're bringing in Jimmy Graham and Keith Kirkwood.
Mm-hmm.
And on a vast majority of those plays, because they're deemed as run blockers, it's a obvious key and tell to the defense that it is a run, that it's going to be an offensive running play.
Right.
If I can pick up on that shit and I'm just Joe Smo at my house, what do you think fucking opposing defensive coordinators are doing and telling to their fucking defense, bro? Like,
exactly.
Can we get some variety?
Switch it up. Switch it up a little bit, you know?
Just turn her over, bro. Just turn her over just once. Just maybe break out the missionary, turn the lights on, use a red light, something. Like, spice it up. Because it's not working right now, Ryan.
One thing I did notice, very quick, one thing I did notice from the game last year is we were running the ball real well.
Like, it's a pretty good like run defense, like a defense that typically like shuts down the run pretty decent.
Mark Ingram was averaging like 5.8 yards a carry, something like that. Somebody else was running real well. Like, look, Pete, say what you want about Pete, man. When Andrews Pete came in, the running game did start to improve a little bit.
It was noticeable as hell, man.
It's to the point where I think, bro, like as somebody who's been hard on Andrews Pete, I think even when Cesar Ruiz come back, I think you got to keep Pete at the left guard spot, bro. I didn't see, like, I put him in the hearse, didn't put him in the hearse.
But he hadn't been doing that for a while, though.
He wasn't put him in the hearse, but I'm saying he was playing left tackle last year.
Right.
And he was fine. Like, he was okay. He wasn't great, but it was fine. So you'd think he'd be able to handle left guard, and he just wasn't good at left guard, bro, this year. Like, and to be fair, nobody's been great at anything. But when I saw Pete this past week, I was like, man, Pete was fine, bro.
He was bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix. Like, I just keep Pete in there until he get injured. You know, Pete gonna Pete. You know what I'm saying? So Hurst will be back.
Hashtag soon, baby.
It ain't like you got to worry about his job or anything. You know what I'm saying? Hurst will be back in there. But it's just like
it'd be like the most Pete thing ever, bro. He go out there against the Bucs, like have like the best like interior guard PFF grade this upcoming week, bruh. Like just opening holes. AK look great, bruh. And he not even active for the Pats game because
you know you can see it, bro.
It's clear as day.
You can just see it.
I feel like okay, so I feel like we haven't really hit on Jameis, you know, because that's kind of the elephant in the room. How can I'm gonna ask you this? How can Pete help out Jameis Winston as quarterback?
Look, you bring him in, you sit down, and you formulate an offensive plan with Jameis. We go to the plays that Jameis likes. We go look at the tape. We look at tape from Tampa. We look at tape with Sean Payton when he, you know, whether it was 2021 with Sean Payton.
Nigga, I'm going to Florida State. I want
Florida State. We look at everything. We try to figure
everything,
what do you like? What makes you, and we figure that shit out. We hash it out. And we also keep in mind that the offensive line is struggling. And we try to find offensive plays, 3-step drops, quick get the ball out plays that will work in this offense. And you go and you practice them. You practice them, you do them in walkthroughs and all that stuff. You work those things out. And that's how I'm doing it, man. Like I want to throw the ball in this game. You know what I'm saying? I want to run the ball too, but I really want to throw the ball. And I want to develop a rhythm and let Jameis get a rhythm, man. Let him control this game. I want to give him flexibility at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Like I want to be able for him to be able to go in there with 3 plays. He is not a dummy. Like if he gets stuck in a play that doesn't look good, I want him to be able to get out of it.
Right. I want to bring a little thing that was very noticeable in the preseason. And obviously it would make a lot of sense because, at this point Jameis was a backup. He wasn't practicing with the ones and what have you. Jameis had a lot of good chemistry with A.T. Perry, bro.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
I don't know if they're gonna do it, but I'm just saying, like,
and then it'll just throw a little curve to the Bucs too. Bucs. Like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you bring AK out there. It's like, who?
It's so funny because, like, to us, in theory, it feels so simple, right? And I want to be honest and mindful in expressing that if it was that simple, it would be fixed by now, right? But I think for us, just as fans, the way that the offense has been, it feels like it's like deja vu, and this is like the third year of it being deja vu, and we were so like this I won't say mirage of hope in the offseason, but God knew, it was all Andy Dalton related. Now we brought in Derek Carr. Offense going to be better. And he's played obviously better than Andy Dalton. He's been and what have you. He's probably overall he's probably been disappointing to some degree. But like we've said, like the biggest thing that's been really hurting this offense is the offensive line. And there's no one coming in outside off the street that's going to magically fix it. Like it has to get fixed with the people in the building. And if it doesn't, it's going to be a long season. Like we can continue to have this fucking preview pod no matter what fucking team we talking about. Bro, it don't matter who the team is. But until that shit gets addressed and that shit gets fixed, it's going to be the same conversation.
Absolutely.
The thing that I do wish that, again, this thinking of ways that could help the offensive linemen hate pass blocking. Like they hate going backwards. They hate getting in their set because something it's not what you're naturally used to. Now I know I get it. They have not been great at run blocking, but like you said, like we've all noticed when Pete got in the game, there was a very noticeable improvement with the run blocking. So if Vita Vea may be out, bro, like my game plan would be a little different. I'm saying I got AK, I got Kendrick Miller, I got Tony Jones Jr. Bro, I'm running it, and when opportunity presents itself, take a shot here and there, and just I would manage the game that way with the expectation that hopefully my defense can do well against a Baker-led Bucs offense.
And in theory, that works, except when it doesn't work. Like,
right? Yes.
Like, I think I saw the stat. I think Triplet put it up. In the Green Bay game, they had 13 runs on first down, and like 10 of them was for 1 yard or less. So now it's like 2nd and 9 or whatever.
It's
right. Like, and now you got to throw it, or you try to run again in the short. Now it's 3rd and long. It's like you can't run offense like that. But I agree with you that they have to try. Like they have to make a concerted effort to try to run the ball and feast, bro, because you can't live like that, man, where it's 3rd and long on every series. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard way to live because that's how your quarterback get injured.
And can we stop with the whole let's wait until the middle of the second quarter to start using Taysom Hill? Can we please use him first fucking series, bro? Why is he not involved?
Bro? I use him on first down. You know what I'm saying? We have problems on first down. Let's see what Chase can do.
I'm using him the first play of the game. Just coming out with it, bro. From the gate. Like
Make him the starter. Shit. I'm not saying play the game as a starter. I'm just saying start him at the game. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
It is. It's funny because like we're talking like this. These niggas is 2-1.
Bro, what I was thinking about though, you know what would be just so spicy though, that Jameis just has a game, like a nice 4-touchdown game.
I would love it for the win. I would love it for
win. But man, my God, it's gonna be insufferable. No. It's gonna be insufferable, bro.
Can't do it. You know what? I'll say this: if they get the win in a division game against an opponent that they for sure need a win against, that's going to help them in the NFC South, bruh. That's what I got a block button for, Ryan. That's why God created the block button.
Exactly.
Because you know what, Jameis, go out, give me a 4 or 5 touchdown game.
Oh, I love it. Like, I love it. I love it, me man. I'd be happy for him, honestly. But damn, the conversation would be.
Oh my God! Don't you put that evil on me? Let's flip it over. Talk about this Saints defense going against this Bucs offense. Obviously, there's the always spicy headline matchup. Marshawn Lattimore going against Mike Evans. You have Chris Godwin. Paulson Adebo did not practice, so I would probably assume if that's the case, then it may be very similar to how it was against Green Bay. We didn't bring this up. Need to bring it up now. White Knight's back, baby. Not the hero we wanted.
Oh, the hero we needed. My God. Yeah.
Daniel Sorensen, baby.
He back.
He gonna get him one. He gonna get him one on Sunday, bro.
They ain't gonna play
against Bank. Well, Jordan Howden has the thumb thing or the finger
thing. Right.
So I'm not saying Daniel Sorensen is gonna go out there and like start. I think probably it'll be Lonnie Johnson, instead, and Sorensen.
We was deep in that position. Now it's like, damn.
Damn. Like, Marcus Mays, where's this nigga at? Like, how many games?
Damn.
Come on, back, bro. I'm excited to see. It's exciting to watch this defense. It feels like a weird thing to say, but like this defense, and I get it. They had 2 meltdown of drives against the Packers, and if you're going to call yourself like an elite, great defense, like you got to make those stops.
Point blank, make them stops.
Got to make them. So can't really call them elite until we see that, but they are a very good, almost elite-ish defense, and I still maintain that there is a Super Bowl winning defense.
Mm-hmm.
That said, and I get it's Baker. I love the like the macho-ness, like the animosity, like against like the Saints secondary and the Bucs.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Love it, bro. Love it. Yeah.
Bucs offensive line against the Saints interior. Game plan defensively. If I'm DA, it's you get Baker off track and what have you, and like he might be. It just depends on what Baker you get, which you never know, which is kind of funny because he has a very, and I don't want to throw this comparison out there. I'm not comparing the two, but like sometimes his game of just how he plays is kind of similar to Jameis's, where it's like when he's on, and when he's off, he is off.
Absolutely, and he's a gamer, bro. Like he's a guy that when he gets rolling, he looks good. Like
he does, man.
Went number 1 overall for a reason. And his first season as a rookie was really awesome as a rookie. So like he can put together a game or two where it's like, damn, he's making all the throws. He has a nice arm. He has mobility and all that stuff. But then, like more times than not, he's doing some dumb stuff. He's scattershot in the pocket. He can be inaccurate at times. I'm really interested to see, like, because last year they moved Mike Evans around, and Lattimore didn't shadow him like we love to do, just not shadow. And Mike Evans even had Mike Evans going against I don't even remember who the backup corner was because Adebo wasn't playing. Mike Evans was eating him up.
Are you talking about the Packers game or last year?
Last year at Tampa.
Couldn't even fucking tell.
It wasn't Alante. I don't know who it was playing. Or maybe Roby. I don't know. Whoever. He was eating him up. I'm hoping if they move Mike Evans around this game, at least have 2-3 to shadow the guy, because him like Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, they own it. Like Baker Mayfield, like, look, I'm throwing the mic. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't care who covered him. I'm gonna throw the mic and see what happens. So don't let that happen. Don't let that beat you. Take away Mike Evans. We can figure out Chris Godwin or some of the other guys, but not Mike Evans, man. Like, don't let that be the reason. You got Lattimore covering some junkie. No, you put him on Mike Evans.
A junkie, right?
It's a junkie, bro, straight off the street. Just because he play on that side of the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid to me. Like, you put your dog on their dog, period.
And I think that was such a big and we didn't really hit on it enough in the recap pod for the Packers game, or even the one we did last night, the Patreon pod. That was such a big gaffe by DA, right?
Yeah.
Like, your defense was reeling, and the Packers didn't have that many weapons in their arsenal, but the one few that they did have was lined up against Isaac Yankum. And listen, Isaac Yankum, bruh, he played out, like, if you just go back, he played an out fucking standing game against the Packers. Like, I was like, who is this nigga? Like, he was just on the street. And I think that kind of goes to, like, coaching, that goes to Joe Woods, and towards the end of the game, he was getting kind of ate up by Romeo Dobbs, and it's like, you can't put 2-3 on this guy to maybe Jordan Love can't go that direction anymore. And it was that's a coaching thing, right? So to your point, like, we don't want a reappearance of that happening in this game. Right. It's funny though, because every time that this kind of iteration of the Saints defense plays the Bucs, the player that has, like, Mike Evans, I feel like that matchup is always kind of like a stalemate. So the matchup always is like, who is covering Chris Godwin? Like that. Yep. That to me is always the matchup, right?
Yeah.
If Adebo can't go, I would assume it would be Alante, but also Chris Godwin also plays the slot a lot, and Alante didn't play the slot. It'll be interesting to see who's covering Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Because if Lattimore takes away Mike Evans, then obviously Baker's kind of next read is to go to that. The Saints did, I won't say they struggle with Luke Musgrave against the Packers, but Luke Musgrave had a pretty good game against them. Bucs have a young tight end that they drafted, Cade Otton. But I want to see, and I do think this was something that kind of played a factor against the Packers, is that field was so terrible. That field was so bad. I do feel like to some degree it did neutralize the Saints' pass rush.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, they couldn't get the foot in. It kind of made it an even playing field. I mean, that said, you would say that it should have worked reversed, but
but look, Green Bay got a good OL too. Green Bay offensive line is even without Bakhtiari, it's a good old offensive line.
But now that they're going to be in the dome, going to be on the dome on that field, I want to see the defense doing how they started the season, getting to the quarterback, interior pressure, getting in Baker's fucking face, making it difficult for him.
Give me some Brian Brzee.
I think he might have. I might think he could have a big game on Sunday, bro. I think he could. I think he can.
Getting in Baker's face? Come on, man.
Little short
in the face. All in the face.
I want to see Groupie have like a little bounce back game, right? I don't want to, like you said it, man. You don't want to see that missed 46-yarder linger.
Yeah, bounce back. Matter of fact, if we get a 46, I want him to kick it kick that 46. I want him to kick another 40+ yarder. Just to get it off the mat. Just get it back, bro. Build him up. He's a young kid. You know what I'm saying?
He is. Yeah. Give me your prediction for. Who can I ask? Who is the Bucs running back? Is it Rashad White?
Rashad White. You got Chase Edmonds. It's it's not like it's been mainly Rashad White. He averaging like 3.1 yards per carry. It's not a good run game.
Let me just since we're on it really quickly, I just wanted to pull up
Tucker.
Their offensive. Wait, did they move Tristan Wirfs from right tackle to left tackle, and I completely missed this? Oh shit! I had no idea. Yeah, it looks like they did. I mean, something that does. I won't say it worries me, but like flipping back to the Saints offense, like the Bucs still had, regardless, they may not have a lot of they may have some missing starters that don't play on Sunday, but the Bucs still have some speed in their defense and in their front four. And I want to see our offensive line be able to either lean on their defense or be able to counteract their speed, because speed and shit has been given the Saints offensive line fits, like absolute fucking fits.
Also like if I'm what's the head coach name?
Todd Bowles.
I'm sending that heat on. If Jameis playing, I'm sending that heat, boy.
He's sending it, bruh.
I'm sending that heat.
And if I'm Pete Carmichael, because Todd Bowles is known to send heat, I'm like, all right, come at me. Gonna let my star running back just go right to the middle field. Where y'all 4-yard catch might turn into a 20-yard reception. Like the game within the game, bro. Like
right.
I don't need we going 40 yards down the field. Like
right.
But this game is gonna be so fascinating for just a multitude of reasons. And there's a lot of factors going into it. Give me your prediction. Who we gonna go 3-1 and sit up top the NFC South?
For my dude Joey, I'm gonna stay on the bus, bro. And say the Saints win. We score over 20 points.
Ooh.
24. I say 24-17. 24-17 Saints win.
Okay. I'm on the bus. Still on the bus. Little hiccup last week. Little. New Orleans fucking potholes are not fucking little. That a pothole in New Orleans will fucking just, the bus will fucking not run.
Take you out. Take you out.
So just a little speed bump. Just a little speed bump. Think they win on Sunday. Gonna go 20-17. 20-17. They win. Probably in dramatic either they'll kick a last-minute field goal or the Bucs are driving and they shut the Bucs offense down.
Yeah.
Time the game up. So we're on the bus. We saying that they're gonna go 3-1 and we'll fucking go from there. Like, if not,
yeah, man,
it might become, the voices is gonna be chirping, bro. Like, it's gonna start if they.
It's coming.
It's coming, bro.
You can't control this division. The Bucs. Come on, man.
The Bucs were big. When we thought the niggas was like purposely taking all offense, and they might be hurt. Oh no, you can't. No, you can't drop this one, bro. I don't care if Jameis is at quarterback. You can't drop
it. If they do drop it, hashtag give it to Johnson.
We back. We back.
Hashtag give it to Johnson, man.
All of it, bro. I don't want a little bit of it. I don't want it all. Anyway, thank y'all for listening and supporting us. We got a couple of new Patreons these last couple of days, so thank y'all. We just want to give a audio shout out. It's 11 o'clock, so it's still Who That Homo's birthday. Not only is it Who That Homo's birthday, it's our dude Dan and the UK's birthday. Dan's coming over from the UK to meet us at the meetup for the Bears game. Two great people. We actually had Eric on the podcast when the first Taysom start.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Yeah. But two great people.
A while ago.
I recorded that I think we were traveling. I think I recorded that in a hotel room Yeah. I think I was driving to Lubbock, if I remember correctly. I was driving to Lubbock, and I was probably like in New Mexico or Arizona. We recorded it. But just giving love to those guys. But anyway, thank y'all for the support. If you want to be in the raffle, please just follow those instructions. Please, really, really simple. If you got all the social media platforms, do it on every single one of them. Like that, if you do it on all 5 you're in the raffle 5 times. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game that if you're listening to this and you can attend, try to go. It'll be fun. It's in the dome. There's nothing like it. So
nothing like it.
Send us a DM, show us like a screenshot or whatever you support in the podcast. It don't even have to be the preview pod. It could be the Patreon only pod. One of those two. Just showing love, and boom, you're in it. And then also you gotta tell us why you are a Saints fan. If you just tell us like I just love toxic relationships and I'm a DV victim, then we would understand. We would
completely get it.
Thank y'all. We will be back on Sunday. If you're a Patreon, as always, we'll have the live stream going. If you're not a Patreon, or if you are a Patreon, you could be in the live stream. If you're not a Patreon, we put it live streaming to YouTube every Sunday for the live stream. And then after the live stream, after the game, Ryan and I will have a rapid recap reaction to Bucs Saints, talk about the outcome. And that's it. We will see what happens this weekend. Thank y'all for the support. Season's already flying by. Continue to support us. We truly appreciate it. With that, we're out.
Peace.